Hi guys, welcome to your face reading channel. In this video, what I'm going to share with you is some generalistic insights if you're looking for a partner or if you're looking for them to see some facial features which helps for a better partner. I'm going to share those facial features within the magic board for you so that the partner that you have, you can understand them better. Or if you're having a fiance and you want to look some of those features that enables them to be a good partner, this video is going to be super helpful for you. So let's go deep dive into the magic board to unveil some of the generalistic facial traits that helps people become a better partner. So if you're a boy, you can see the features of a girl. If you're a girl, you can see the features of a boy, or whomsoever you want to approach with, you can see their facial features and ascertain the good qualities that they possess in them with respect to partner. During the video, I have some sample pictures to demonstrate faces and thereby demonstrate a little story about their elements and what those elements mean and what are those beautiful facial features that enable certain special partnership traits. So let's go straight into the magic board to unveil all of those beautiful secrets. Welcome to the magic board, guys. Herein I'm going to share with you some of the amazing facial traits that you can see in your partner to understand them better and to see whether they really suit your element or not. Just a caveat before starting the video is that once you're looking for a partner, once you're looking for a relationship, it's very important that you see your traits versus your partner's traits, and it always is a two-way walk around. It never is that one person needs to be significantly pretty good and other needs to be pretty down on certain traits. It's something that has to be a synergy. When the two forces are together, it's important that both of the partner's elements are taken into consideration. So in this particular video, I'll be keeping some of the generalistic facial features, some of the generalistic basic elements on the face that can help your partner or you to understand your partner better and thereby unveil few of the amazing insights that you can gauge through reading faces. So what I have done is I have captured in few of the pictures from pixabay.com, which allows creators to use images for creative purposes, and pexels.com also have taken in few of the pictures which I'm going to share with you in the later slides, and you're going to uncover a few of the amazing sample pictures. And through those sample pictures, what I want you to do is to divide the facial landscape of your partner or of yourself to understand yourself better or your partner better, and what you can look out into them to understand whether they are really meant for you, whether they are really adaptable for you, whether they are really flexible for you, whether they suit your element. So all those basic answers you may be getting once you start seeing their faces, right? So I'm not going to make this video a pretty tough one, because face reading, as one wise person has said, it takes like 50 years to master the art of face reading. So if you're starting today, don't assume that you will be perfect in it, but some of the basic traits, if you can master them, maybe it can help you understand face reading better. It can help you understand your partner better and thereby eventually yourself also better, right? So these are the vector images that I have taken in from the pixabay.com, and I'm going to share with you the general strong facial traits that indicates good partnership traits. So just to demonstrate few of the things here, is that this is Marilyn Monroe. Her vector image was also available for free use, so I took that image from Pixabay. So one of the features which makes a relationship a little difficult, as I have earlier mentioned, it's also important that you see the other half the partner is connecting with to actually make a true picture for the relationship. But as generalistic trait, Marilyn Monroe has a lot of fire element into her personality. And how you can gauge fire into her personality is through the eyes. And the eyes has a definite sense of sparkle, a sense of shine that emanates and kind of a burning shine, right? When that happens, it asks for more attention. As fire draws attention. Similarly, when there is immense fire into your personality, it draws attention. It wants people around you to fuel you emotionally and give you that constant sense of validation to make you feel good. So if a fire person is partnering with a fire person, and how you can gauge a fire trait is, you can gauge through the shin, that is the backlight of a person's eye, and it is tough to gauge, but what you can assume is you can see the shine on the face, or the other feature that you can see is there will be sharp cuts on their face, which means their eyebrows could be pretty sharp, or their lips could be pointed at the end, or their nose tip could be very sharp and pointed. Some of those features are there in Marilyn Monroe. The most important was her eyes had that sense of sparkle and shine, reflected that sense of fire energy. And that's why if you observe her life, even though professionally she has done remarkably well, on relationship side, she has had a little challenge, a little struggle, because fire wants that sense of attention. So if your partner has this particular feature, it's important that you give them that sense of fuel, that sense of emotional strengthening, because fire by its very nature indicates that they are exciting people, they are joyous people, they can move from one thing to other thing pretty quickly, and that is one of the traits of fire, that it spreads, and when it doesn't get that attention, it even moves to other people in general as well. So if you have a fire partner, it's important that you fuel them emotionally, because fire needs its fuel, right? As our scooty or scooter or car needs gasoline to work, similarly fire people needs that extra sense of emotion to be with them, to manage with them. And now if I see this particular vector, you can observe, if I zoom in, you can observe that this face has a sort of plumpness, has a sort of this softness over the entire face, right? You get a feel of softness, right? And whenever there is softness involved on the face, or there is good enough cheek padding, it involves a sense of earth element, which is also one of the essential element for mothering. And when a person bears that softness on the face, it indicates river features on the face, which makes a person very emotional, very mothering sort of, very caring sort of. Again, it's important that you gauge face as a whole rather than one specific trait, but it's kind of a very beautiful trait to have, and you'll observe this trait on a lot of amazing mothers. Even my mother has this particular trait. So this soft cheek padding is something which you can look upon, and it's something which is pretty good, especially if you are partnering a person having or bearing this particular trait, right? So now I'm going to go on the other slide, and herein what I have captured is the real pictures from Pixabay and Pexels.com for a few of the amazing ladies there, and I'll use them for the demonstration purpose with respect to indicating few of their traits, and thereby what you can do is you can see these particular traits in your partner, and thereby you can mold yourself, you can understand them better, and eventually improve your relationship. Or even if you're looking or dating someone, you can just have a look around whether your partner possesses this particular trait that I'm showing to you, and thereby you can have that sense of finding, right? So I'm going to go on few of the images firstly, and then we are going to maybe cover all of the images. I'm not sure how much my energy is going to be, and this is an unscripted video, so I'm not sure what all things will turn out to be, but let's try our level best to indicate and help as much as I can to you guys, right? So the first girl, we'll go with the 3 images right here, and if I zoom in on this particular lady, her element where I want you to focus is her eyebrows are thinning from the end, and when this particular feature is there, that is a sign of a fire person, a sense of fire energy dwelling into this particular lady. And when that happens, it indicates that a person is fiery, has that sense of generating a lot of ideas at one go, but it also indicates that there could be a basic sense of irritability, frustration that she may feel at at one point in time, and it could be difficult for her if she is not being recharged emotionally. And one of the very one of the ways to gauge the fire is when eyebrows are thinning down naturally, not that you have made it artificially. It's something which is a very good sign. And through the shen also, if you see her shen is nothing but the backlight of the eyes. Her shen gives that sense of emanating spark and emanating fire, and this also indicates that she needs that sense of attention. So if you can render that particular thing or that particular values, maybe you can partner her. The best feature in her is the earth that she possesses. It's the slight plumpness, it's the padding on the cheeks that indicates that there is that sense of abundance and care and earth that is necessary for relationship. But key with her would be to empower her emotionally, and because she needs fire, she wants to be the center of the attention. So make sure that you don't run fire with fire. So if you are a fire trait person, make sure that you give her the front seat. And even though you also deserve to be on the front seat leading things, but it's important to sustain things. When you are fire with fire, it can be difficult and challenging at times. So if you're of a different element, let's say water, right? If you're of a water element and water is coupled with fire, water kind of has that sense of ability to control fire. So there is elements, the 5 elements that has nurturing cycle, and then there is control cycle also. So if you kind of drop water on fire, you'll immediately assume or you'll immediately see that the fire is going down, right? So similarly on the face, with faces, if you partner fire people with water people, you'll have better outcomes with respect to sustaining relationships. So it's very, very important that once you're reading faces together, it's also important that you see yourself, what's your primary element, and thereby you see your partner and see whether they are really fueling for your element or not. Like let's say if you partner fire with metal, right? What will happen is metal is like a sword and fire has that sense of fire into it, right? So metal and fire may not go well together and they can be having immense fight in their relationship. So if you have that particular person, or if you are in that particular relationship, make sure that you respect each of you, and so that the things remain a little calmer, right? So it's important that once you align elements, it's important that there should be synergy into it. And I have seen a lot of my clients, and I have worked with them, and whenever fire interacts with fire or fire interacts with metal, it kind of makes things a little difficult, to be honest. So it's important that you align elements well so that you can have your relationships eventually better, right? So let me go to the other picture here. We'll go through it a little quickly now. So here if you see, the cheek padding was there, but here there is a sense of plumpness. Here there is a sense of softness. Also here there is a sense of plumpness, but here plumpness is accompanied with a little softness. And when that happens in this particular lady, that we can see, that adds a sense of a comfortable life, an abundant life. When there is slight more softness, it just indicates that this particular lady has been nurtured pretty well into her life, and has been taken care well. That indicates a sign of abundance, a sign of fortune into one's life. Once that padding has that sense of cushion into one's life, it indicates that sense of a easy life, or things happen easily for you, right? So this is one of the amazing traits that you can have, or that you can see in your partner, where the softness on the cheek is having that extra cushion, because it adds that sense of fortune and money bags on the face, and it also is a great mark of fortune as per Chinese face reading, right? So if you see, there is a padding on her face also, but it's a slight rough padding, right? and this does indicate that although struggles have been there, but they have been dealt with. But this is something which indicates a very soft face, a very adaptable face, a face that indicates a strong river feature face. And river features are nothing but soft feature on the face which you can immediately feel once you are seeing the face. And this is one of the beautiful signs of an amazing partner. But again, as I mentioned, you have to see the face as a whole. Let's say if you're seeing the softness, see the eyes as well. And once you see the eyes, see the shen as well. Shen is nothing but the backlight of your eyes, right? So if you see the eyes has a sense of comfort, has a sense of peace into it. So once you combine this with this particular cheek padding, it indicates a sense of strong earth into her character, and thereby imparts amazing relationship traits, right? So this particular girl also has a different sense of cheek padding. Compared with her, she has a little sharp cheek padding, and whenever there is sharpness, as I mentioned, it could indicate a sense of fire element. And here, if you see this particular girl, compare her eyes with her eyes, you could see that there is more light emanating from her eyes, and this indicates again that there could be excess fire energy in her. But the best part that I could see in this particular lady is she has significant cheek padding, significant flesh on the face, and that again is a wonderful sign to have to look into your partner. And along with that, one other thing that you can see in this particular lady is that her features are far from her face. Like eyebrows are pretty far from each other, right? There is a sense of cleanliness on the face, and when that is there, that indicates that metal energy is also pretty prominent. Metal is nothing but indicates a sense of precision, a sense of cleanliness on the face, a sense of a leadership mark. And that again is a beautiful feature to have. But then the adaptability wise, she will be a little more better than this particular lady. But then it again depends on what sorts of element you bear. Let's say if you are a water element, and if you are combining with this particular girl, then the strong metal in her can give water a little direction into his life, right? So water element indicates a sense of non-linear flow into life. As water doesn't follow any path to flow, similarly water people in their personality may lack that sense of direction into their life. So she can be pretty powerful for water people in their life to give a sense of direction. So as I mentioned, it's very, very important once you are looking out for your partner or looking their face, it's important that you look at yourself and then combine the forces together to identify whether they are really good for you or not, right? So this particular lady has a strong wood element, and how you can gauge a strong wood is once you see that the jaws are pretty prominent. And here the jaws are pretty prominent, and jaws indicates the root of the face that forms the structure of the face, and wood indicates a sense of strong principled person, and it indicates that you stand by your beliefs. So if you are looking for a person who stands by their belief, who is opinionated, go for a wood person into your life. But again, there are other features also that are there. There is no significant earth into her face, which means that adaptability mark, because earth element is an archetype of mother, and earth element indicates a sense of care, a sense of love, a sense of even sacrificing on one's own goal because they want to fulfill others' lives well. And this is some of the amazing traits that you'll observe on amazing mothers, that they sacrifice their life for the nurturing of others. She has that sense of tolerance, but then because earth is a little less, it indicates that she has her own sense of ambitions, and she needs to be respected for what she does, and she needs to be given her own space to flourish in her career as well. Similarly, with this particular lady, if you see, the eyes indicates a strong prominent feature, and it indicates that her shen needs a way to shine, and she is somebody who can not tolerate things pretty well. But then if a water person or if an earth person is combined with her, she can stand by that particular person, right? So this particular lady has good enough cheek padding, and a little fullness on her face. That indicates a sign of adaptability. And with decent enough shen, which is the light of the eyes, it indicates that she can be a very good force to couple with, and she has that mark of adaptability. And if you are a metal person, if you are a metal male, she could be a wonderful partner to be with. And just to let you know, guys, metal people, which in this particular case, so she has metal, she has a lot of metal into her personality. Metal is nothing, as I mentioned, it's, you can imagine it as a sword that is pretty precise, that is pretty shining. Metal element can be difficult to be with. I have lots of metal as well, so it is nothing wrong, but it's just about what are your elements, what may suit you. And if you are strong metal, partner yourself with an earth person, because they can really be adaptable with you for a long term, right? So it's important that you realize the strength of your elements, you realize the downside of your elements, and thereby find ways to partner with a person who kind of fits your element, right? And here I have captured this particular lady as well. So these two ladies, let's see their faces and unveil what that reveals. And basically, so if you are starting out, just make sure that you're looking at the structure of the face. If it adds that sense of roundness on the face, right, that indicates earth sign. And earth people are one of the best to have in relationships, because they add that sustainability, that longevity component, that adaptability component into their life. So if you see on this particular lady, the features are far off from each other. The eye length, if you see the eye, one eye can fit in here, one eyebrow can fit in here, so the features are quite apart from each other, and that indicates that metal element is there. But with significant cheek padding, it indicates that at times of offering that support, she could very well do it. But then, because metal is also pretty strong into her personality, it means she needs to feel pride in what she's doing, and she may not be as tolerant, or she may not tolerate people who kind of pushes her beyond what she can take through, right? So she has her own sense of value and pride. And this, as I mentioned, you can gauge into the face and see one's metal, how much metal element they possess. And how you can gauge is once you see that the features are spreaded, the features are spreaded as like this. Or even people with big noses, right, they have a strong metal element, and that indicates, the nose length indicates how much strong fundamentally the metal energy is into one's motion. So if you have a metal partner, make sure that you respect them for what they offer into your life, and you kind of communicate that particular offering that they bring into your life. So this particular lady has a lot of fire, and one mark, as you could see, is very thin eyebrows. This could be this could be like, it could have been like this from the start, and this indicates that fire chi was pretty less to begin with. But her eyes also indicates a lot of fire, and this means that you need to feed into her emotions very much. And when you have this particular person into your personality or into your life, make sure that you give them loads of love and heaps of praises every now and then, because they need that fuel. But the best part that fire people offers is they keep the life pretty exciting, pretty joyful, pretty happy. So each of the elements have a little downside and a wonderful upside to see, right? So any partner that you are having into your element, they must be having some amazing and extraordinary qualities. Maybe there are some downsides, but make sure that when you're choosing it for yourself, you're combining with your particular element and seeing whether they are really fruitful for you or not. In general, earth people are one of the amazing people to partner and have in relationships. So if you have a primary earth element person as your partner, they go well with any of the element to begin with, right? So now I have captured few of the images of males, and I'm going to share with you few of the insights that you can see on your partner, to whom you're dating, to whom you're vibes off, right? So This is what I have captured, and here also the principles remain the same. If you are looking for a person with a strong mountain feature on the face, so mountain features are nothing but it indicates that the face bears less flesh, and mountain features means the face texture can appear to be a little hard from the outside, and when you look at this particular person and his particular face, the face has thinned, it has very less fleshness, and it indicates that mountain features are prominent, and mountain features indicates that there could have been physical struggles into his life, and it also indicates that metal energy can be quite prominent into his personality, and whenever there is an aspect of skinny person, it indicates that metal may have been on heights, and when metal is on height, it indicates an archetype of father who wants to feel pride of what he's doing, and metal energy can indicate that ambitions can be pretty prominent, and metal people can be challenging to be with in relationship, and that is something that is there. But if you combine them with earth people, they can really unleash their true potential. But metal people need their own space, and one of the best qualities of metal is metal always strives for perfection in life. Sorry for that fumble. So metal always strives for perfection in life. As you could see, a sword is very perfect. Just ignore my drawing. I have never scored more than 40 plus out of 100, or let's say 50 was something that was a average score that I scored in my childhood. So I was never good at drawing. But imagine a very good sword, maybe from Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, and then see how a sword is, and compare that precision, perfection that metal people strives for. And because they strives for perfection, it can make, or it can mean that they want they want you to be a little more mature, maybe a little more perfect into your life, and by being that, they can be a little picky at times and little pushy at times. So that is something that metal people needs to learn to be more adaptable. From earth people, they can learn that, and if that principle of acceptance, that if other people are bearing with you, you also have to bear with them. So that is something which they can incorporate into their life, and you can really improve your earth into your nature, right? And this guy also has a lot of metal. If you see, not a lot of flesh, that is one of the signs. But again, you also have to see other features, and if you see his other features as well, the eyebrows are pretty spread out from each other, the eyes are pretty spread out from each other. So when these features are there, which are pretty far on the face, and you have combined with the flesh that is pretty less, that indicates metal energy can be very prominent into your personality. So metal I have discussed, and if you go with this particular person, right, the eyes, if you observe, this eyes has a lot of water into it, right? The energy of water is one of depth, is one of darkness, is one of mysteriousness, is one which can indicate that a person can think pretty long, and can go into their own territory, can value their own me time. But water people can be pretty good in relationships, but then they can be wanting for a lot of isolation and me time, which kind of goes against them, and they can delay a lot of commitments, right? So if you have a water partner into your life, they can delay big steps, they can delay commitments. That is nothing but a sign of their water displaying their energy, and displaying their energy of how they are in their life. And it's just that they need a little push into their life, a little hand holding is what an external person can do to take some big decisions to their life. But they are generally good people to be with, and one of the challenges for water people is definitely, as I mentioned, they can delay commitments or big steps, right? Similarly, if you see this particular person has a lot of water, the eyes indicates that, and the blue watery eyes are definitely an indication. But the best part on this particular face is how soft the features are. And when features are soft, it indicates that you have that sense of adaptability onto your life. The more hard the face is, the adaptability part may go a little down, a little, you know, a little more on the criticizing side, as some of the metal people can be, right? If you see, this particular face has a sense of good enough padding. The eyes are giving a decent sense of fire into his personality, and the eyebrows are also decent. That indicates a sense of liver energy, which is responsible for fighting out things in life. But it's a kind of balanced face. Even his face is pretty balanced, and this particular guy's image indicates that sufficient earth is there, and eyebrows are kind of thinning down, so that can indicate a sense of fire energy getting prominent. But then the earth is kind of filling things up. But this particular guy, if you see and observe, that his eyebrows are kind of pretty thick, and when you have a person having this particular facial feature, that indicates a sense of strong liver energy, which can mean that he is pretty driven into his life. And if this person is not given enough inroads to amazing opportunities in life, or is not given enough work to do, because they are extremely talented people, the wood ones, and they can invest their energy into multiple things. But if they are not given those outlets, they can eventually get into a mode of depression, because their immense liver energy is not finding a way to dissipate, is not finding a way to channel the flow. So if you have this person as your partner, just make sure that they are invested into multiple things, and are not focused only on you, because that can really be a depressive phase into your life. So just make sure that if you have these features where eyebrows are pretty thick, where face also has a sense of metal, a sense of precision, that can be a difficult face to be with. But then their amazing quality is that they can be extremely driven and can really bring the best out of you as well with respect to your work. So if they are given that sense of compassion and love, it means that they really can be pretty bright partners to be with. Right. This particular person has kind of freckles, and these small spots on the face can indicate a sense of fire energy, and stability could be a little concern with this particular guy. And the eyes also reveal that. So if you have this particular person or type of face resonates with this particular person, along with the other facial features that I'm seeing, the chin is indicative of a fact that he kinds of hold things in between, and the freckles can indicate fire energy. So it can indicate that emotional stability is something which could be difficult for him to attain. So it's important that he uses his earth to kind of fuel himself, and kind of find a partner who has a lot of earth, maybe, to kind of support him better. So if you have this particular or this facial feature partner as yours, just make sure that you give them lots of love, but it's important that they also learn to have a sense of emotional stability and strive for emotional stability, right? So that is pretty much it for this particular video, and thanks to one of the subscribers who have given this particular idea to make video on if you're looking for a fiance, what facial features you should see. And because of him, I got inspired to create this video for you, wherein you can use this particular video to identify what could be some strong facial features to look into. I hope this video makes sense, and in general, in brief, what I have captured for you is these features that you can mark onto one's face to identify if they have some good facial features as a partner. So the round face is something which is pretty good, and that indicates a sense of earth. So these are the gist of the pointers, and initially, just to let you know, I have written these pointers so that I don't miss on any point. And now by the end of the video I want to give it as a highlight, right? So if they have a round face, either gender, this is a very good partnership trait. If they have soft features or river features on the face, right? Soft features are nothing but softness on the face which you can feel once you see their face. Cheek padding is also something which is good. Cheek padding is nothing but the softness of the flesh on the cheek side. The more the flesh is there and the more the softer is there, the better it could be to have that particular person as your partner. And generous lips and mouth means big mouth or full lips definitely go well with respect to the earth trait, and earth eventually makes for a very good partner. But it's important that when you have earth as a partner, and if you are of a other element than earth, it's important that you respect their contribution, you respect the love that they bring for you, maybe for your kids, for your family, because earth is eventually gets, it feeds off from fire, right? Because earth is the fourth element and fire is the third element, so third feeds fourth, so fire feeds earth, right? And when earth people can feel a lot of void emotionally, they can really be burnt from within. So it's important that when you are blessed with an earth partner, it's important that you respect them, you love their contribution, you kind of make them feel full. And this is not only for earth but for all the elements. Each one of us wants to be loved, and it's important that we kind of express gratefulness and love to our partner, to whomsoever we are with, because they are adding a lot of shine into our lives, right? So it's important that once you're seeing your partner's faces, see the elements that I have shared with you. And to learn more about face reading, what you can do is you can go and head to my website, which is chehraspeaks.com. Let me click at that link for you, and you can just head over to my website. And I was just downloading some of the photos from Pexel, so you're seeing this particular thing, and I'm not sure why my website is not loading. Now it has loaded, fortunately, and you'll see this, maybe the Wi-Fi is a little slow down here, so you're not able to see the background. But then yes, so this is my website, and you can also get your reading by clicking this link, and this will redirect you to my business WhatsApp number, and you can connect with me if you're looking for a relationship reading. And this is one of the feedbacks. You'll see a lot of feedbacks on the web page, and this is one of the segment within the web page where you can access my face reading masterclass, where I have shared about 19 facial traits, the power of 5 elements, and that's a course that has more than 45 videos at one go. You can do it, or you can do it at your own convenience. You can just click at this particular link and you will have the access to this particular web page where I have written about me, how I got into face reading, and all of the other things. And you'll also have some of the free videos herein, which you can access. This is the particular segment wherein you can access the free videos, and I have created PowerPoint presentations and displayed some of the amazing facial features and how you can start face reading. Apart from that, if you want to learn face reading, you can go through some of the amazing books that are there on Amazon, which is The Power of Face Reading by Rose Roastery, or Face Reading in Chinese Medicine by Lillian Bridges. There is this amazing book, The Wisdom of Your Face by Jean Hainer. So those are amazing books. Eric Stand-up is one of the amazing face readers, so you can read their books and gain your learnings in face reading, because face reading is such an amazing science, such an amazing art. If you are into it, or if you have sparked some of your interest, it's always wonderful to get deeper into that art. And more so, I'll be your support by this YouTube channel, and I hope that you bless me enough to keep me powering and to motivate me to create more videos. Do let me know in the comment section what sorts of videos are you expecting from me, and share your ideas as to how I can better this video, or you want some things that are not good in this video. I'll make sure to improve it. And yes, thank you so much for being there up till now, if you're still there, and I'll make sure to see you in the next video. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe this channel if you feel it is something that brings value to your life, and share it with your friends. So bye bye for now, take care, have an awesome day ahead.